Hi everybody, welcome back to Rust Belt Diecast Customs. The video you're about to watch is an excerpt from another video in which I'm customizing a 67 Pontiac Firebird 400. And this is the part that I wanted to cut out into a separate video because it's the first time that I'm doing it. So I did it first on this video as I was recording, and it is using sea salt to create a rust effect with paint. So I think it turned out really cool, so I wanted to break it off into its own video. So like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and thanks for watching. So I'm attempting something here that I have not tried before. Normally my rust and stuff I would just dry brush, but I wanted to try this method because this is just kind of a, supposed to be a project car in real life. So this is going to be a project car as a Hot Wheels. So what it is it's a salt method for rusting. So basically, when I first heard this, I thought you put rust on it or put salt on it and leave it outside because that's how you rust a car in the north. So that's not the case. What you do is you use some water and dab some water on here, and then you put salt down, and then spray where you want the rust. Then spray it with whatever color you're going to finish the car with, and then you brush the salt off at the end. With a little toothbrush. So I attempted this with this pink Himalayan salt, very coarse, which is what I saw most people using, but I think the scale for the 1/64th, like what Matchbox and Hot Wheels is, this is not going to work. So I tried it. It really did not stick or work very well. So now I have a couple different things here. I have a ground sea salt, so you can see that's finer, and then I have a very fine pickling salt, which is you can see the grains of it there. So I'm gonna try each of these in different spots and see how they go. I was able to get the water on really well, just filling the brush and dabbing just like you would with paint. So what I'm trying to do is get this panel here and try the coarser sea salt. It's not really, I mean, it's working, it definitely is. So that'll work for that spot. And then I have another spot on this side that I'm gonna do. Probably shouldn't knock it so hard. I just want a little bit on the bottom of this door. We'll see what the salt provides me. I don't know, maybe too much water, or maybe I'm just not putting enough salt on. So the salt is supposed to stick then, it shouldn't be that thick, this salt, but I don't know, we'll see how this works. Like I said, this is the first time I'm trying it. And then I wanted some on the roof, and probably, let's do the trunk first. I wanted some on the edge of this trunk. I'm gonna try the pickling salt on the trunk. Then it kind of sprays off when you hit it with the spray, which I'm using this. This is close to the to a stock color, which was called Gulf Turquois, that actually came on this particular Firebird GTO, whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna do the roof here, and I'm hoping that most of this sprays off as I'm spraying the car to paint. That would be cool if it did. So I'm gonna use the pickling salt on the roof. Yeah, it just seems like it doesn't really, I don't know, we'll see. It looks like we're gonna let it dry and see how she goes. I don't know, what do you think? Put a little more, maybe on this front corner, I guess. I'm also using some browns and oranges to, yeah, I'll get a little bit under here. Using some browns and just dip it. How's that? There we go. Getting some browns and oranges in there too to kind of make it a little more realistic rust. Obviously, is not just straight up red. It's good when you're doing rust, when you're painting rust, to use a lot of reference photos. So there's my salted up car. I don't know. We'll see how this works. It might not work at all. It might work great. I don't know. So we'll let her dry. So here she is, relatively dry as I think it needs to be for this process. There we go. So what I'm using is this Tester's little mini cans. It's great for this kind of stuff, and you can see on the wall a little bit. This pretty well matches the stock color, which was called Gulf Turquois. Oh, and what's this right here? What's this? That's new. Check me out on Instagram at Rustbelt Diecast. Huh. Get all the latest on projects and stuff like that. So we're gonna give this salt thing a shot. I have no idea if this is gonna work, but I don't know. Looks like it's not really. I don't know. We'll see. It's what it's supposed to do is kind of soak through parts of the salt. Ooh, not really focusing well. But this one we're going to make sure that this is a good coat, because we can't do this again once the salt gets knocked off. Just going to make sure we get all the little edges, crevices and such, and underneath, because this is the coat that's going to show. There we go. So she's pretty good there. So I can see where it's going to be like a little rusty spots around when we end up knocking off this with the paintbrush. Sorry, a little spot there. So that'll be cool. And then we'll come back with the orange and brown and touch it up. So I'm going to go through this thing again a little bit. Fine tooth comb kind of thing. But yeah, looks good. So now that it's been drying, after painting, salting, and then painting, the next step in the process is to apparently hit it with this toothbrush. So we'll do that. Wow, that's really in there, but wow, that is a cool effect. Wow, I really got it. Probably shouldn't have let it dry this long, but yeah, that is really cool. I like that a lot. I have to get a stiffer brush to get all this off, but wow, look at that. Probably don't have to clip this anymore. Just off the pituitary rongeur. That's the name of that thing. That is a really cool modeling effect. Wow, look at that hood or the roof. That looks sick. Yep, this is exactly the look I was going for. So, hey, if you have a new method that you've never tried and it's really weird and you don't know if it'll work, just give it a shot, man. Get some salt off of here. Wow, that is dope. Wow. We don't want to scrape, you know. Apparently you don't want to scrape. Oh, even these couple spots that I had it on the hood, I just did a little spritz on the hood, and you can see that looks very realistic. Wow. I'm only going to need a little bit of fill-in paint and stuff here. Let's get my fingerprints on some of this stuff. I don't know how to fix that, but figure it out together. No, I do know how to fix it, but I'm not gonna do that right this minute. Even these parts here that just look kind of bubbled, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's gonna get chrome, so that's gonna obviously need to get picked out with something here. Blade of some kind. That might work. Yep, there we go. So like there's some of the stuff like around the headlights that I'm gonna have to go ahead and pick at to get it good. Might even bring in Mr. Woodscrew again. Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Woodscrew. I pick at stuff. And get some of these guys out around there, but even a little bit of rust on there. Looks good. I love this edge being rusted like that. And this thing looks beat up. I love it. Love it. Take all that out. Probably shouldn't have let it sit this long. But man, what a nice effect that is. That one's going in the arsenal. That is a beautiful rusting effect that we got out of this thing. I'm very, very impressed with that. I'm gonna have to get a stiffer toothbrush though next time I do it. So I'm doing this and I'm afraid it's gonna scratch because it already scratched up here. I'm gonna have to fix that. But it's where the paint or the salt really piled up is where it got the best effects, right on that door and on the roof. Those are just awesome. So I'm going to finish picking away at this, and then we'll go through with some brown and orange, and we'll be pretty much done with this guy. I might touch up let's do some interior work on it too, just to give it a little more spark. I think that this was a grayish interior, so white would be really cool. So we'll mess with that, but yeah, what a cool effect. I love that. Whoever came up with this is a genius.